Can't be that adult, surely. Oh, why are you showing me that? Hi and welcome to the Ruben Tuesday. My name is Ruben and this is my review for Netflix's original animated series Love, Hate and Robots. Is about sentient dairy products, werewolf soldiers, robots gone wild, garbage monsters, cyborg bounty hunters, alien spiders, and bloodthirsty demons from hell. These are 18 not safe for work stories and they are presented by the genius minds of Tim Miller and David Fincher. The very first episode or story is called Sunny's Edge and is set in a dystopian future. It has vibes of Resident Evil crossed with aliens, Gears of War, monsters, and Alita Battle Angel, the anime, not the live action PG-13 version. The story centers around a fighting ring with a female fighter, which is unusual apparently. The story is dark, visceral, brutal, any descriptive word of that nature in that genre you can think of, added to that and it's probably there. It's really beautiful to look at. The story also wasn't as predictable as I initially thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to go one way and then they did something completely marvelous at the end. I was amazed at how quickly I got invested into this. It's a short and I didn't expect that a short would be able to invest me into the characters so quickly, but they really did. And this alleviated all my worries that I had about, not all of them, some of my worries that I had about the series. I thought it could be an excuse for Netflix just to show some really raunchy anime stuff. But no, Love, Hate and Robots, although extreme in almost every genre, I'd have to say it's also extremely excellent in storytelling, presentation, high octane thrills, and just generally is the best I've seen yet in the adult animation department. If you're not easily offended and love animated anime stories, you are going to love this. I don't know if you've ever seen the Animatrix. I saw this when it first came out a few years ago, quite a few years ago, and I remember having this feeling thinking, wow, this anime is ahead of its time. It was unique, thrilling. I get the same vibes from these collections of animated stories. Not all the animation had as much impact on me from one to the next. There were definitely those that stood out more than the others, and I felt it needed more time to tell the stories in certain of the episodes. 3 Robots, for example, is just 10 minutes long. I wasn't expecting the comedy from that one, although I thought the dialogue was very clever and very funny. I wanted a lot more from the 3 Robots. The 3 Robots were experiencing what humans used to experience, and by the end of the episode I really just wanted to know more. They kind of set this world in tone, and I kind of wanted to see what else they would experience from the terms of what humans used to be like. It was really fun and I was like, oh, it's only 10 minutes. I want so much more of this. Give me more. There is a lot more, but not from that story. It does seem that every episode or story has a kind of moral of the story to it, or a lesson to teach us. Like, don't poke the bear or it may peel back every layer of your human body until it reaches your skeleton. I really love the change in animation styles with each episode as well. Each seems to have its own unique style and tone to it, and often the story is told through this tone and unique style before any of the characters begin to tell their story with dialogue or the presentation of the story. The tone and the way the art is presented often gives you an idea of what you're about to experience, and I think it's brilliant. It's really cleverly edited and very creative as well. Tom? There were a couple of stories that when it came to the sex stuff, I thought, why are you showing me so much of this? And then later the question would be answered. They're not showing stuff on screen for the sake of it. There is a purpose to every shot and it moves the plot along. So in some films you get this kind of gratuitous sex scene and you're going, you could totally have just cut this. They could show they're going to bed and then wake up the next morning. But here it kind of really does move the plot along, so I don't think it was gratuitous for the sake of being gratuitous, but it definitely had a purpose in the storytelling. And you know what I mean by a couple of the episodes you see. When you watch them you're like, whoa, this is pretty raunchy, and then you get to the end you're like, oh, I see why they did that. That makes sense now. And it's great to have that being told in the story, not just for the sake of it, but having a purpose in the story. And I think each episode does that. There's not sex stuff in each episode, but when there's violence and gore and swearing, it obviously is adult natures and adult themed, but there's a purpose that drives the arc. There is a purpose for every shot, and I thought, yeah, nothing is wasted. Amazing. I should reiterate though, This is probably not safe to watch in most work environments or for younger eyeballs. Suits is one of my favourite out of the bunch. It's like A Quiet Place mixed with Starship Troopers.
Would you like to know more?
So very good, and animation I didn't know I ever wanted, but now that I've seen it, I want so much more of it. The animation reminds me of Val Fortress 2, and man did I want to see a whole series, a whole world. I loved every second.
Greta?
The voice acting as well in this series is excellent too, and you'll no doubt recognize some of them as well. You'll have that one voice stick in your mind and go, wait, I know that guy, where's he from? There's definitely one where, from Pink in the Brain, what are we gonna do today, Brain? Try to take over the world.
Try to take over the world.
I don't do it justice, but there's definitely those voices that you'll go, I know that guy from somewhere, or I know that girl from somewhere, and it has those, and the voice acting is on top form here.
Right?
All in all, Love, Hate and Robots has something for every anime or animated story lover. You will have ones that you love and ones that you squint at, but one thing is for sure, these 18 animated films are a work of art and love. A hell of a lot of time has gone into make them as great as they are. I can't wait to see what else this creative team comes up with. I really hope we get a couple of animated films from them. If this is what they do with shorts, I would love to see what they do with features. The sheer amount of creativity that each episode shows is brilliant. There are nods of different types of great animated movies from stories of old, from stuff like Akira to Ninja Scroll to Legend of the Overfiend to films like The Terminator and Aliens and Dracula. Love, Death and Robots has it all and needs to be seen with your eyeballs if you can handle it. I'm going to give my first A+ of the year, even though there are a couple of episodes that at times was too much for me, but I can't deny the talent and creativity behind each one. Once I'm done with this review, I'm going to go back and check out a couple again because I might have missed something and I would so enjoyed them. I only wish that some weren't as graphic as they were because I'd love to show my two boys who are so into anime as well to watch a couple of these because I know they would love this. Maybe in a couple of years time. Thanks for watching my review. Which episodes or stories were your favorite out of the 18? Let me know in the comments below, and if you like my content, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long on Tuesday.